So now we will be doing the last video we did the basics about vendor master record, how to create vendor master record, how to do the changes, how to display the vendor master record, block and unblock vendor master records, okay, flag and unflag the vendor master records from deletion. Now we'll be dealing with some configuration in the vendor master record. The vendor master record now has three characteristics which we'll discuss one by one. First of all, if you see over here, when we create a vendor master record, by xk01, there is something called account group. Account group means nothing but a vendor account group. This will be an interview question, that what is a vendor account group? Vendors are categorized. Your answer should be vendors are categorized according to their requirements. Some of the vendors having similar characteristics are grouped together and placed in one category. For example, all local vendors can be placed under one account group. Create a vendor account group now. Okay. All local vendors, I said, can be placed under one account group. Now, for example, let's say we have two types of vendors. For just an example, domestic vendors and foreign vendors. All the domestic vendors will be grouped together and will be given an account group. Will be given an account group, for example, KRED or KRE1, KRE2. All the foreign vendors will be given an account number, will be grouped together, okay, and put in one group that is known as a vendor account number. Let's say FGH1. It's basically a vendor account group is a 4-digit alphanumeric key. This is just an example for you to understand. But the definition is of the vendor account group is the vendors are categorized. The vendors are categorized according to their requirements. Some of the vendors having similar characteristics are grouped together and placed in one category. For example, all local vendors, domestic vendors can be placed under one group. All foreign vendors, international vendors can be placed under one group. Now we'll create this vendor account group. First of all, as usual, I'll be showing you the menu paths. I mean the configuration paths, the SAP configuration path or SAP IMG path or SPR path, it's one and the same. So go to the T code SPRO, that stands for SAP Project Reference Object. Go to SAP Reference IMG. SAP Reference IMG. IMG stands for Implementation Guide. An implementation guide is nothing but a huge menu of configurations. Configurations in simple English is nothing but settings. See. Now go to Logistics General. Go to Logistics General. Go to Business Partner. A vendor, why do you have to click on Business Partner? That's because a vendor is always treated in the SAP R/3 system as a business partner. Then, once you click on Business Partners, go to Vendors. Then go to Control. Then click on this node, that is define account group and field selection bracket vendor. See this. You will get this screen called change view vendor account groups overview, or else you can use a T code. You can use a T code that is known as OBD3. OBD3, or else you can also use, let's say, OMSG. OMSG. You can use either of them, OBD3 or OMSG, but use OMSG, that's preferable. Okay. Now, over here, click New Entries. Click New Entries. Account group. Let's say you have a list of domestic vendors. You want to put them together in a group. Let's say vendor 1, vendor 2, vendor 3. This is a laptop supplier. This is desktop supplier. This is printer supplier. So all these vendors, they deal in what? ICT products, information and communication technology products. So you want to put them together in one group. One group. So let's say, but putting those vendors together in one group logically is known as a vendor account group. Let's say I create a group for this vendor 200401. It's 200401. Okay. This is my laptop supplier. So I create a group called ICT3 or ICT1. As I said, that the vendor account group, when you name it, the key should be alphanumeric 4 characters. Now, enter. Okay. Give a name to it. Say ICT supplier, or let's say ICT parts supplier for the client Royce. If you want, you can make it a one-time vendor. A one-time vendor means a vendor with whom we deal either just once or very, very rarely. And the vendor with whom we deal on a regular basis is known as a regular vendor or a master vendor. Okay, so we have given the name of this vendor account group, that is ICT1, ICT part supplier for Royce. Okay, and the field status over here. Now, the go to field status over here. Click on the general data. Double click it, I mean to say. You can select the group, that's address. You can make the fields as required, that's mandatory, just for display purpose, or suppress it. That means you can just disappear them, or optional as per the client requirement for every field, for every data level, for general data, company code data, purchasing sub-range, plant, etc. You can make vendor sub-range relevant. What is a vendor sub-range? What is a vendor sub-range? This will be an interview question. This will be an interview question. What is a vendor sub-range? A vendor sub-range means what? Basically, different offices or branches of the vendor. Different offices or branches of the vendor. For example, you can say, if this is the vendor, if this is a vendor, then if this is a vendor, then for if this is a vendor, then for this vendor, the head office or the headquarters of this vendor would be, let's say, in United States of America. Now, the goods supplier, that means the supply department, or let's say, for example, the warehouse of this vendor would be in China. Okay. The invoice department of this vendor would be in, let's say, Singapore. These different branches of the vendor in different countries, these different branches of this vendor in different countries are known as vendor sub-ranges. Logically, the worldly definition would be a vendor sub-range, that's VRS, subdivides a vendor's total product range according to a variety of criteria. You can specify which materials or articles belong to which vendor sub-range in the info records. Info records are purchasing info records which are used to store prices, and I'll teach you that later. But now, for now, just understand that you can specify which materials or articles belonging to which vendor sub-range in the info records of the relevant vendor. You can maintain that and change separate conditions for each vendor sub-range. That's a vendor sub-range. Now, 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 let's go back to SAP. Hit enter. If you want vendor sub-range, you can make it relevant. We can activate that. If you want a plant relevant for certain plant, for a specific plant, you want to procure the goods for the vendor, you can make it plant relevant. For example, of this client, Roy C, for this company, you want this vendor, which is 200401, to supply for this plant only. That's RCM1. So you can enable this function. So you can enable this function. Partner determination, you can do it on a purchasing organization level, sub-range level, and plant level. Partner determination, as I said before, I'll teach you later, that comes into partner roles. Save it. Now, save. The vendor account group is ICT1. ICT1. This is a different company. Okay, the enterprise structure. Our company is this. So click on own request, and click on Roy Group of Industries. The TR number for Roy Group of Industries, that's ECCK 900204. Continue. In the status bar, you will see that the data was saved. Go back by /n in the command bar. Now, test it. XK01, create a vendor. Give our company code. Enter our purchasing organization. Account group is what? ICT1. Click the search box. You will see here ICT1. ICT1. Click the search box. ICT1. The work is still not completed. It's incomplete, but I would like to show you step by step what are the errors you will come across. Enter. Now, in the status bar over here, it says that number range is not assigned to this account group ICT1. The system will identify this account group with the help of the number range. A number range is not assigned to account group ICT1, message number F2048. So we have to assign the number range now to it. What is a number range? Interview question. What is a number range? This will be definitely an interview question, 100%. When we create a vendor master record, every vendor is recognized by a unique number known as a vendor number. For example, we created this vendor. This vendor will be identified by the SAP system by this number. This is the number range. As in the case of a material master, we have external and internal number assignments. It's the same for vendor master record also. We can assign internal as well as external number ranges. Now, first of all, to define, that means to create the number range, I'll show you the menu path or the SAP IMG path. Go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG. IMG stands for Implementation Guide, IMG. Logistics General, Business Partner, Vendors, Control, then define number ranges for vendor master records. Click this node, define number ranges for vendor master records. You'll get this screen. Or else define number ranges. First you click on intervals. Click on intervals. Or else you can use the T code, which is OMSJ. Click intervals. Once you click intervals, now click this insert interval, or you can use Shift F1 on the keyboard. To delete the interval, you can select this line item and click delete, or else you can use Shift F2. I would like to enter an interval now. I'll show you what is an interval. Click interval. From number and to number. From number and to number. Now over here, you can see that there are so many number ranges over here from number to number. These are taken by the system. Number is range status. That means so many times this number range, that is 100K to 100 2,267, so many times has been used. So we'll click on the last, we'll use the last, we'll check the last interval now. Last number range, sorry. Last number range. Last number range is 499, 999. So just select it, copy it, Control C. Select it, Control C, go to your Cal C, go to your Cal C, plus 1. Why I'm doing plus 1 is because from this number range to this number range, there are so many entries. So we cannot use this number range. If we use this number range now, if we use any number between this number range to this number range, the system will give us an error message. For example, this is the number range. System will give us the error message. Let's say I give it right now for this number interval. I'll explain you. So 4, 5, 2, 2, enter. Please enter from number smaller than. Enter intervals without overlap. It's overlapping. So as this is the last number range, this is the last. Sorry, let me just do it once again. As this is the last number range, we have to calculate from the 2 number range and add 1 to it, plus 1. Enter. Now this number would be our starting number range. Why? Because from there are already so many entries, so we cannot use this number range 40001 to 49999. So now if we've added 1 to it, we got this number range, that's 500K. Copy it. The 2 numbers should be somewhere from 500K to, let's say, this. Enter. Now this, give an interval to it, a number range to it, an interval. For example, I give it RY. It should be 2-digit. It can be alphanumeric or alphabetic also. I give it alphanumeric. Okay. Now, if you want to externally give a number range to your vendor, that means we're manually typing. How you will type manually? How you'll give a number range to the vendor manually? By manually giving it alphanumeric, T1234, like this. And when you proceed further, the system will consider this number only. And after the creation of the vendor master record, when you sign it, the system will give you this number. When you save it, sorry, After the completion of the vendor master wicket, when you save it, the system will give you this as your number range, which I've selected. So for this, you have to enable external over here. Or else you can, if you want to leave it blank and let the system assign you a number range, just leave this field or this box called ext, that stands for external, unchecked. Now insert, says enter intervals without overlap. Okay, I'll just take it C1. C2 is also taken. C2 is also taken. Now let me think of a unique one. G9 is taken. G8 is also taken. G7, G1, G2, FU. Okay, you can give me a unique one. Hello, you're not there?
YT,
Sorry?
YT, something like that.
YT.
Yeah. ZZ, double Z.
Think.
Mm, FZ,
Sorry?
FZ, FZ.
FZ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. XO.
XO.
Yeah. What else is left? Check with the ranges. I doubt with the number range.
Number range is fine. The last number range is what?
Wait, wait, wait.
The last one is this.
One,
We added +1 to it.
what is it?
Wait, let me try Z2. Mm,
IA.
Wait, let me check which all are available first. 0 to 12, 50. Save. I'll have to re-log into it now. Wait, let me just have the task manager. End task. SAP logger. Close this. Go to master records, vendor master record configuration, define number ranges OMSJ. Go to intervals. Let me go to number range over here first. Interval SR. Here, we'll have to give a unique one. SR. Yeah, same old. S1. Say, give it 50, something like that. 51, 52, 53.
You deleted 60, I guess. You can add 60.
Hmm. Sorry. Okay, intervals. Save. 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 Okay, these are the number ranges I've already taken. That's why it's giving me this problem. Interval A1, GY. Oh, yes. This is surely not the last one. It's came in the middle over here. See, 5 lakhs is already there. You see it? See, yeah, let's check it. What are the available ones? See, 501 000 is there. So 55 0000. We'll take it from here. Let's say still overlapping. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let's take it from here only. Enter. Still it's overlapping because somewhere in between this number range has been taken. Let's see. Let's see the highest one. Let's see the highest one. Uh, let's take this. Okay. So this was a number range that was required because the number range that we were taking that was already taken by the system. Okay. So what was it? What is the number range? That was GY, right? Save, go back. Go to number ranges over here. Our account group is there. The number range that we set up is GY. Give it over here. Save. Enter. Oh, just have to choose this now. For time being, that's because we deleted this. GY. Deleted this also. GY. Let it be GY. Okay. Save. Save. Now go back. Now we'll have to assign the number range to this vendor account group. You can either use that same function, that's number range, or OBAST code. OBAST code. It will take you to the same screen. We have already assigned it over here. GY. Now let's do the testing by creating this vendor master record by XK01. Okay, leave the number field, vendor field blank, purchasing organization. Our purchasing group is ICT1. I will not get the number range error message. Company, EYR computers, manufacturing, country, bank reconciliation, A1, payment terms, order currency. Enter. Yes. That will give the number range to us. Between that number range from which we have selected the vendor number range. See, this is the number range that we selected, right? So the number range for this account group of this client or this group of companies, that's Royce group of companies, is this. Sorry. Okay. So this is the entire configuration of the vendor master record.